I'm Joel Fairbrother from Bow River Law in Calgary, Alberta. We're an employment law firm. And today I'm going to be answering the question, how to sue for wrongful dismissal. I guess that should probably be, how can I sue for wrongful dismissal? In Alberta, you can generally sue for wrongful dismissal in either the Alberta Court of Justice for an amount that is up to $100,000. Alberta Court of Justice is also called Small Claims Court. I know it sounds a little, that amount, 100,000 sounds a little small for small claims, but that used to be called the Small Claims Court, and then the provincial court, and now it's called the Alberta Court of Justice. You can sue for up to $100,000 for dismissal, and that's where you're seeking your reasonable notice or severance. If the amount you want to pursue is higher than 100,000, then you need to sue in the Alberta Court of King's Bench. Typically, the King's Bench doesn't have a maximum amount you can sue for. The advantage of suing in the Alberta Court of Justice is that it's a more simplified procedure. So there are certain steps that you don't have to do. It's less formal in terms of the procedure and the rules of evidence, and it tends to be quicker and cheaper. The advantage of suing in Alberta Court of King's Bench, of course, is that there's no jurisdiction limit for the amount you can sue for. So if your claim is legitimately worth $500,000, for example, I mean, there's no question you're going to have to sue in the Alberta Court of King's Bench. There are other consequences. The Court of King's Bench, if you are successful or if you lose, whatever the case may be, the loser has a higher penalty called costs that they have to pay to the other side than if they had sued in the Alberta Court of Justice. Now, this is just for suing for wrongful dismissal. I just want to make sure it's clear. Certain employees don't sue in the Court of King's Bench or provincial court. Some employees are under the Canada Labor Code, so federally regulated employees like banks, telecommunications, stuff like that. Some employees are unionized and they're not allowed to sue directly. There are exceptions to the general rule, but the general rule is you sue in either the Alberta Court of Justice for amounts under 100,000 or the Alberta Court of King's Bench for amounts over 100,000. Again, I'm Joel Fairbrother from Bow River Law in Calgary, Alberta, and I hope this has been helpful.